So we are back on CS ROI today because the new operation or the Armory update or the new battle pass, whatever you want to call it, it is insanely profitable still up until this day. Now, these numbers are going to change and are actually very, very likely to change a lot in a couple of days because of one big thing. Obviously, this new 7-day restriction on all the items, it's causing huge things to happen in the market. Now, for the first 7 days that everyone got these items, they couldn't do anything with them. They didn't know what prices they were. They didn't know what was going to be profitable, what was not going to be profitable, whatever. But then, obviously, after 7 days, we started to figure out what the better and worse items of this whole collection are. But then people started to maybe start making their decisions based off of what was right and wrong. And then those items that couldn't have even started coming out until October 10th or October 11th still won't be marketable for 7 days in the future. So really, I think, honestly, October 17th and 18th in that range is when we will most likely start to actually figure out what people have done with the information available to them, and when real item valuations will actually start shaking out a little bit. But in this video today, I want to talk about why this new CS2 Operation Battle Pass Armory update, whatever, is so profitable, and hopefully maybe show you guys some ways to make some profit from it as well. But of course, first, just want to mention my cash trading business. If you're looking to sell any of your CS2 items, turn them into cold hard cash or crypto or any other payment method, definitely hit me up over on Twitter. We're buying pretty much anything and everything for the right price. You can see here, gloves, capsules, guns, whatever you guys have, we can probably get a deal done, and you're helping support me, my channel, my content, which I would appreciate a ton. With that being said, let's get right into this today. So Jesus made a video about this today. I know, I watched it. He made a lot of great points. And again, the big reason, a couple big reasons why a lot of these things are still so majorly profitable. Again, you can see right now, there's really only two bad ways to spend your stars. That is on the Sport and Field collection, which is now unprofitable. It's down to a 90% ROI, which means you're going to be losing about 10% expected value every time you redeem the Sport and Field collection. And you only have a 5% chance of profit overall. Obviously, if you hit the M4A1S fade, you're still going to be chilling. And if you just want to gamble, hey, whatever, don't let me stop you. Do whatever you want to do. I don't really care. There's that big opportunity. And then you have the Desert Eagle Heat Treated, which again, every single person out there thought this was so cool at the beginning. Everyone wanted a blue gem. Everyone was redeeming multiple of these, and it just cost so many damn stars that this has been a really bad way to redeem your stars as well. This is now the worst way, and it's been the worst way pretty much the entire time to redeem your stars at a 40% unboxing ROI. And the worst thing here, to me at least, is that yeah, the blue gems look pretty cool, but guess what? They're not really even that rare. But the non-blue gems look pretty terrible. Like some of these skins you can get in the uncool patterns, especially in like Battle Scar and stuff like that. They look absolutely terrible. Like it looks like a default Desert Eagle. I mean, it looks worse than default Desert Eagle in a lot of ways. It looks like I don't even know. It just does not look good. So not only are you spending a ton of stars and spending a ton of stars for something that's worth a lot less, it also just looks really bad in general too. So it's not even something that I would necessarily want to use. But all the other ways to spend your stars, at least right now, the time I'm recording this video on October 15th, are profitable. If you redeem for the gallery case, that is still slightly profitable. If you're redeeming for the graphic design collection or the Overpass 2024 collection, again, you don't have a great percentage chance of profiting, but when you do hit those big ones, it is paying off really, really well. So your unboxing ROI is still going to be about a 12% gain on the graphic design collection and a 17% gain on the Overpass 2024 collection. So that's still pretty decent. But obviously, still, the big winners remain here. These prices, I do believe, are starting to come down a little bit. The ROIs are starting to come down to earth a little bit. The biggest winners still remain to be the small arms charms, the missing link charms, the character craft stickers collection, and the elemental craft sticker collection. And again, some of the big things I wanted to go over is, one, the fact that you cannot purchase these stars means that some of these items are not going to be produced in high enough quantities to actually meet the demand for the community out there. So charms right now are really hot. People are chasing, especially, the big ticket charms, the best pattern charms, the ones that look really cool, the ones that are pretty interesting. Obviously, there's like 10,000 different patterns for every charm or whatever the number, I don't even know, 10,000, 100,000, whatever it is. So there's some really unique ones out there. There's some cool AKs. There's some cool knives. There's some cool ops. There's some cool missing link sausage guys, whatever. And there's not enough of those being produced right now because, again, so many people were spending a ton of stars on the Desert Eagle Heat Treated. So many people were spending a ton of stars on the Sport and Field collection to try and get that M4A1S fade. So there's only a finite amount, or there's not a finite amount, but there's only so many stars out there that the player base can create because obviously you have to buy the passes and you actually have to play the game. Obviously, a ton of people got banned as well. So, there's only so many stars we could possibly create. And then so many of those stars were being redeemed poorly. They're being redeemed for the Desert Eagle Heat heat treated, which has been trash. They've been redeemed for the sport and field collection, which hasn't been trash, but it hasn't been good. So obviously, a lot of people love skins. A lot of people love gambling. So people went for a lot of these skins. And a lot of people weren't sure about charms. You know, they were like, oh, are charms even cool? Are they even going to be valuable? Why would I waste my time on charms when I could get an M41S Fade or some other really cool skin, or, you know, open some cases or whatever? So people were not redeeming charms necessarily at the beginning. But it's also possible that there could never maybe be enough charms created to satisfy the need and the demand of the people out there, because again, we can't just buy a bunch of stars and instantly meet that demand. We actually have to play the game, which takes time, which takes effort, and some people just aren't going to want to do it, especially as this thing goes on. You know, it's not like people are going to be playing the game and grinding out these stars as much later on as they were at the beginning. But again, also that 7-day trade restriction, or the 7-day, you know, marketing or selling restriction or whatever, is a huge thing here, because so far people didn't know what the good things were. So a lot of the stars that were created by people grinding really heavily at the beginning were actually wasted, quote unquote, on other stuff, when if people would have known that the charms were so profitable or so expensive, or if the stickers were so profitable or so expensive, it's possible, at least, or at least it makes sense, you know, from like market theory or like economics, that more stars would have been redeemed on stuff like the charms and those sticker collections. So that is a big thing to point out. Like I said, going forward, I do expect some of these collections of skins maybe to go up a little bit, and the charms and the stickers to go down a little bit. But does that mean that necessarily the charms or the stickers will ever become unprofitable? We don't know for sure, because the charms and the stickers aren't necessarily sexy. They're not exactly the hot picks when you can gamble on some very big stuff like in the collections, or even for the Desert Eagle heat treated, trying to get you know, some crazy blue gem that actually might be worth some kind of money or something. So that is definitely very interesting to note. The one downside for me for things like charms is obviously one of the biggest things for charms is that they are not consumable. Like I would really like charms a lot more if applying them actually consume them and you couldn't like take them off or whatever. But now we do have obviously the like charm removal tool that not only you get when you redeem these, you can also purchase, but you can also get as a weekly drop as well, which does definitely increase you know, the quantity and the rate at which charms, you know, will be out there and remaining in supply and stuff like that. So that is definitely an interesting thing to note. Also, yeah, just the fact that people didn't know necessarily where any of this was going to go or where prices were going to be. I do really still like the stickers. I think the Elemental Craft stickers, some of them look very cool. And I do think that some of them should end up probably being very profitable long-term investments, depending on where these prices settle at. And if I could get some of those for cheap, I would definitely take a look at those. The charms, we still obviously don't know where prices are going to end up at. If charms are going to be a long-term thing, if people are going to love them, hate them, we will have to see what exactly goes on there. But I also, like I said, over the next couple weeks, I'm going to be very curious to see where prices move, because now for the past like 5 days since prices have become available, like I said, on October 10th and 11th, people actually know now that redeeming for the charms, redeeming for the crafts, the stickers, is insanely profitable. It's like a money printer. Again, 212% ROI, 208% ROI, 198% ROI, 182% ROI. That is just, you're printing money by redeeming these. And I don't think that can go on forever. It doesn't mean they'll ever end up unprofitable, but it's definitely going to be something to very closely track. But right now, at least at the time of recording this, it is extremely profitable to be redeeming for stuff like charms and stickers. And right now, the highest way to actually get profit is missing link charm and elemental craft stickers by getting a 60% chance and a 47% chance at actual profit. But again, that's not factoring in ROI, which is still going to be those small arm charms, going to be the best way to go there. This can be very interesting to track over the next couple weeks. But yeah, at least for right now, there are some very profitable ways to be playing CS2 and to be redeeming your Armory stars. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.